everybody! So it is day 6 of our fantastic Avant calendar. The first part, days 1 through 5, should be uploaded already, and if not, you can come check it out on my channel. I'll link it below so you can check it out. So yes, this is exciting. We've reached the bottom of one of our sides. So, like I said, after the last one, which probably one of my favorite albums I've checked out so far, day 5 was very good and very positive. I'm excited for day 6. So what kind of harsh noise, goodness, or dark ambient, or industrial, I picked albums out of all those genres, awaits us for day 6. Like I said, these are all albums that I have not heard of, and I'm going in blind. Okay, so this is one, I have a lot of splits too on this Avant calendar, and if you don't know what a split is, that just means it's 2 artists creating one piece, like one album. So, this is another Japanese one. I swear there's more than Japanese artists on here, I swear to you. But very, very good one. Okay, so it's funny that I said that. This split, I have heard a bit of one track off of. I haven't heard the whole thing. I have heard a bit of it though. So I guess I did lie. But this pretty much still is completely blind. This is a split between Macronympha and Yasuhito Fujinami, and with Ressentiment. I've been really looking forward to actually listening to this tape. So we shall see how that goes. Hopefully very good. Alright, so I will see you for day 7 when we get to it. Alright, so see you then. Bye-bye. Okay, it is time to review our album for day 6. And that was the split between American noise band Macronympha and the Japanese noise artist Yasuhito Fujinami with their tape Ressentiment, that came out in 2016. I believe I wrote it down. It came out on the label. Actually, I don't think I could find the label that this particular tape came off of, or maybe I just didn't look hard enough. But yeah, so next to the album, this has probably been my absolute favorite one. This is what I've been looking for. Just excellent, just awesome, really beautiful, pristine, heavy-hitting, just unique noise. Yeah, this tape was excellent. Has about, I think it was 4 tracks by Yasuhito, and then the last track was by Macronympha, which is kind of hard to pronounce, I apologize. And that track was 28 minutes. The other 4 tracks were about 4 to 5 minutes. So yeah, again, Macronympha is a pretty well-known American noise project. The people who are in the project also own the label, what is it called? I'm a mess even though I have my notes here. Mother Savage Noise Productions. And that label has many, many albums on it. And Macronympha themselves have like over 250 releases like on Discogs alone, and who knows what else is recorded. I've only heard very few actually of their noise projects. There's so much to cover with them, and it's all been really good. Your typical just metal junk noise, really organic, really sporadic, but it's fun. There's a lot of energy and soul to it. You can tell that this group just really enjoys what they do and enjoy making noise, and no exception with this track, which it's kind of awesome because it really is a perfect split in that you have Yasuhito Fujinami, who is a harsh noise artist. He definitely has that nice, beautiful, pristine, calculated, like Japanese style harsh noise, and then it meets the chaotic metal junk noise of Macronympha, and it just comes together so well. The whole album is great. I probably re-listened to this tape more than any other albums I've revisited so far on this list. It's really enjoyable. I was playing video games to it and everything. That is if you enjoy a bit of heavy, harsh noise. That's definitely what you're getting, but it's not gonna be like a wall of noise. Like if you're listening to Pulse Steam or something, there's tons of variety and flavor. And the opening track, which is called Ressentiment, it just has a lot of like glass breaking sounds and just like metal on metal and just like sounds like stuff's getting thrown against the wall, and it's really chaotic, but it's also kind of, despite it being chaotic, it has like this nice immaculate sheen sound to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's really, really good. You have to definitely listen to it. This whole album definitely is heavy on the distortion pedal sounds, really oscillating, heavy, hard sounds. Really, really good. I had a really hard time picking my favorite track because it was so good. I mean, it was all together. I guess maybe Ressentiment Part 2. It's just really just noisy and chaotic and kind of industrial and harsh noise, and it's just really awesome. Yeah, this I highly, highly recommend, and I feel like this will be in my at least top 5, if not top 3. It might be hard to eclipse this album on the Avant calendar. We hit a very high, but I mean, hopefully we get stuff that's just as good, and I'm sure we will. I think I've picked some good picks for this, but yeah, that was the Macronympha, Yasuhito, Fujinami, Ressentiment split, and I highly, highly recommend it, especially if you're already into like hard-hitting noise. You would definitely enjoy this tape. Time for our day 7 of the Avant calendar, and then we have finished this side, which is awesome. So I guess I should turn to this side now. Alright, so after that amazing split, hopefully we can keep it up and there's something else just as good waiting for us. I hope so. I think there will be. I'm positive that there's still some great noise to be found on here. Ooh, sometimes I look really close to it. The pulse steaming pattern kind of like messes with my eyes. Alright, so let's check out day 7 if I can pull it up. Okay. What do we got? Okay. And it's not Japanese. It is an artist, Singular Cleansweep Operations, and the album is Final Service. I don't know, I think this is like one of those German power electronic groups, but because there's a lot of them. Although I don't think it's off of like Tesco. So I'm kind of excited to hear this. We'll see how it is and if it's awesome or not. So yeah. That is for day 7. I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so we're going to go over our day 7 album. So this is actually more of just a straight power electronics album. This is Singular Cleansweep Operations with Final Service, and it came out in 2012 on the label Taito Sound Company, which is like a Japanese noise label. I thought for a second maybe this band was Japanese, but no. It is a German artist. Apparently it's a side project of an artist named IB from another power electronics band called Operation Cleansweep, which is a German duo. Yeah, so you kind of know what to expect when it comes to German power electronics. Sometimes it can be really good, and sometimes it can be a little run-of-the-mill. This album is definitely a little run-of-the-mill. Not that it's bad in any way, but it's nothing like too crazy or amazing or legendary. I think this is the only release by this side project, and yeah, it sounds very subdued, I guess. A little hazy and lo-fi for like a German power electronics track. All the really awesome kind of sampling is there though, and it does really have its moments. Like the second track has like my favorite kind of just like slow, deep, creepy, like radio recording sounding voice talking over stuff. It definitely has samples of like doctors talking about like infections and disease. It's got like the military, of course, samples, the martial industrial. a lot of stuff does sound good, and it's definitely worthwhile to check out, I think. It's just nothing too crazy or original or breaking the genre or anything. I think run-of-the-mill, in a nice way, is kind of the best way to describe it. My favorite tracks are probably the last two, which is Infektion and NDE. Yeah, very, very hazy synth sound. I also thought it was funny too, with looking up the name Operation Cleansweep, that a lot of plastic and pesticide companies in like Florida showed up, like their websites, so I thought that was very appropriate for this album. But yeah, so again, like I said, just kind of run of the mill, but worth checking out, I think, especially if you're really into German power electronics. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 8. Alrighty. Alright, so today is, well, I guess we should go on this side, day 8 for our album calendar. So let's see what the calendar has for us. What harsh noise goodies do we have to listen to today? So far, so good though. Okay. So, it's another split. Yeah, I have quite a few splits on here. I think I have some more compilations. I can't remember, because like I said, all of these are kind of picked at random, so which is good. It's very exciting. I literally don't know what's in any of these, and I haven't heard them, so it's fun. So yeah, this is a split by the legendary Graft and John Wiese, so called Accessible World. And this was one someone suggested to me because Graft I've heard a little bit, and I haven't got too into, which being a noise fan, I absolutely should. So I was basically asking people what is a good Graft album to check out right now, and someone suggested me this, plus I love John Wiese, so that should be really good, really interesting. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, Graft, John Wiese, I'm sorry John, I don't pronounce your last name. Accessible World. So yeah, then I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 9. Look at that, how exciting. Alright, so today we're going to talk about our album number 8. So, wow, yeah. So this is it. This is what I'm doing this for. So our last album's a little disappointing, but the one before that, the split there with Macronympha and Yasuhito Fujinami, the Ressentiment, that was fantastic. And of course, this split is no exception. This was really good. I was literally like blown away. Of course, I can only be talking about the split with Graft and John Wiese, Accessible Worlds, which actually came out this year. So, yeah, hopefully after this is done, it'll probably come out in January, but I'll probably have my year-end list, and I think this is 100% going to be on my best of. Wow. So, yeah, even my notes are huge sound, wow. So this came out on Tronics, and it also came out on John Wiese's own label, which is called Helicopter. If you didn't know, you should check it out. There's a lot of really great stuff on there for any noise fan. But yeah, legendary Graft, legendary John Wiese. This was actually an album that was suggested to me on Twitter because I said I wanted to get into more Graft, and they said that the album that came out this year was very good, and they're right. It's wicked good. So yeah, this is just, I don't want to say this is just the usual, but yeah, this is pure harsh noise. Tons of just pedals and feedback and guitars and fuzziness and machine clashing. It's just, you literally like feel like you're drowning. You are in the noise. This is it. It's eating you up. It's so good. From beginning to end, it does feel like a whole big concept. Everything mixes together so well, even though It's harsh noise. Each track kind of has its own distinctions and lots of textures. If I know John Wiese, he's probably like one of the masters of textures in noise. Like that's why I love Sissy SpaceX so much. I don't know. He just does. He can make everything just sound so good. You just want to listen to it while it swallows you up. I wish I was better at describing music and noise. I'm doing my best. Besides, it's good and it's noisy. I had a few favorite tracks. I think the third or fourth track, Melpomene. That some of the noise would just like stop to like have random clicking, popping sounds, which was just like really good. And those same popping, clicking sounds would be reincorporated in the track, and it was just awesome. And once again, the last track, it seemed like a lot of the last tracks on these albums, which is actually the shortest track, only at like 2 minutes, was Black Hole. And I said, oh yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, on my notes. Really drowning in noise. Yeah, that's how I felt. The feedback is just so heavy and weighty and like, yeah, it feels like a black hole, as corny as that is. It swallows you up. The term I like to use actually comes, so one of my favorite albums of all time is actually an industrial album called Drowning in a Sea of Bliss by Nocturnal Emissions, and I always think of that title when I listen to albums like this, because you definitely feel like you're just drowning in the noise. It's really good. I'm very happy to have that. This and the other split have been the best so far. This is what I wanted, so yes, absolutely check this out. And check it out. By the time this comes up, hopefully you still have a few weeks to make your year-end list, so I would check it out and add it on. So yes, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Yay! It is time for day 9. Yeah, it is the 9th today. So, yeah, we're already almost done with our second round of videos. I just lost my train of thought. So yeah, because on day 10, I will try to put this all together for another video. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I'm really enjoying the positive feedback for the first one. I'm glad you guys like the idea so much. I liked it. I love it too. So yes, day 9. Very, very excited because we just had a spectacular album before that with the Skin Graft John Wiese split. So let's see what they give us now. Or what did I give myself? Okay. Oh yeah, I remember I put this album on here because, whoops, my camera died. So yeah, I had to change out the battery. Like I was saying, yeah, I put this person on here because I heard he was a pretty eccentric individual. So I wanted to check out the music. So this is David Gilden with Texas Chainsaw Dope Fiend. So yeah, I will check it out and let you guys know if how interesting or crazy or good or bad it is, as I will with every other album. So yeah, day 9, David Gilden, Texas Chainsaw Dope Fiend. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 10. So bye bye. So let's talk about our day 9, I believe, our day 9 album. So this is our David Gilden with Texas Chainsaw Dope Fiend, and again, wow, yeah. So this album came out in 1996, and I actually don't know a lot about David Gilden, but apparently he's almost kind of like a legendary noise artist from the 90s. He unfortunately passed away in 2008 because I'm not sure how he passed away, but he was very infamous for his drug abuse, which is very unfortunate because the noise I heard on this tape was extremely amazing, and he seems to have been very, very talented in making, like, I don't know, some of those chaotic and pounding and just really aggressive and very insane and off-the-cuff noise that I've heard in a very long time, probably ever. I can definitely see why people really love this tape and why it's so, like, infamous and well received and kind of like a cult classic within noise fans. So this tape came out on Mother Savage Noise Productions, which is again the label run by Macronympha, who we talked about a few days ago on that awesome split. And yeah, apparently David Gilden also worked with other artists like Richard Ramirez, you know, with Black Leather Jesus. So definitely well respected, or at least people really enjoyed working with him, it seemed like, because he was on quite a few other noise groups. Yeah, this was total like sheet metal junk noise, just totally. I don't know if this particular tape was like recorded live. It kind of sounded like it was a little bit lo-fi and kind of sounded like a live set, but it was just like awesome, like total like banging on trash cans and just like screeching and yelling and tons of feedback loop, and at some points like the feedback would almost sound like a chugging of like a train. Like the feedback was so intense, or like the sounds of just like hitting metal and stuff, it almost sounded like an actual machine or an automobile or something moving around. It was pretty intense. It was crazy. So this tape is 2 tracks. I think one track's called Fucked, and I think the other is Devil Worship. And Devil Worship might be my favorite of the two, even though both are great. Devil Worship has like more filtered vocals and just all kinds of walls of guitar, pedals, synths. It's super aggressive and pulsing. Just lots of crashing, and like some of the just effects and noise make the vocals sound like almost like a zombie-like. Just like, I don't even know how to explain it. If you watch like zombie movies, the way zombies just sound like they're moaning, groaning. Imagine that, but just over just a lot of chaotic sound. It's nuts. Yeah, this is excellent. This is definitely something, if you have not heard it and you enjoy noise and you just enjoy total chaotic energy in your music, check out Texas Chainsaw Dope Fiend, definitely, by David Gilden. Yeah, that was great. It was a lot of fun. That was very fun, crazy, off the cuff noise tape, and I'm glad I got to experience it. And I feel like this is one I'm definitely gonna keep going back to and probably digest and appreciate more every time. I can definitely feel that with this particular tape. Alright, so I will see you next time with discussing the next tape. Hello. Okay, so it is time for our day 10 pick. So I'm excited. I've been having a lot of fun so far. And then tomorrow's Friday, which I'm always excited. Friday is my favorite day, because I finally get the weekend off. So working all day. So let's see what wonderful noise I get to listen to while I'm off of work for the rest of the day. Okay, so this is an album. I'll probably not pronounce this correctly at all. It's called Entre, Vifs with, I can't pronounce this, L'Ordre Parlez-vous. So I will end up showing you the picture of that so you guys can see how it's actually spelled, and probably, you know, make fun of me for how I pronounced it, but it's a little bit difficult for me. But yeah, I know nothing about this, just like everything else on here, so totally in the dark, and I'm ready to experience whatever this has to show me. So I will let you all know how I felt about it, and how good or bad or whatever it was. So yes, there it is. Entre, Vis, L'Ordre Parlez-vous. Number 10, day number 10. Okay, bye-bye. Hello. Alright, let's talk about days 10. The 10th day's tape. I'm already slurring my words. It's very late. I'm a little bit sleepy. Yeah, funny enough, actually listening to noise and heavy music actually makes me sleepy in a good way. It comforts me. I remember I used to listen to all kinds of stuff on the train, and I'd always be fighting off sleep because I would just be listening to this intense noise. It was very interesting. Especially, I used to try and listen. I was trying to listen to every single release ever put out by Cold Meat Industry, and there's a lot of good, noisy, heavy, dark ambient stuff on there, and it would lull me right to dozing off. in the best way possible. But yes, day number 10, it showcases one of my favorite things ever, which is French industrial. Yeah, I've talked about it quite a bit, how much I enjoy specifically French industrial. Maybe one day I'll make a video on it, we'll see. So this album was, I'm not saying this correct at all, so I apologize. Entre, Vifs, Liorde, par le brut. And this came out on 1991 on Artware Production, which is apparently a German label. And not one I've heard of, so I'm looking forward to checking out more stuff because just like our last album, this is another great album that I'm looking forward to keep on listening to and checking out because I feel like I'm going to appreciate it more and more when I hear it. Some albums I can listen to and I know I'm just okay with it, or I don't want to hear it again, or I don't feel like there's more to explore, but some albums I know I enjoy it and I want to explore more, and this is one of them because yeah, it was very good. This is pure French industrial at its finest, so that means pure musique concrète style industrial where it's a lot of organic sounds, like actual like industrial sounds, like machines hitting and buttons being pushed and synths. It's great. The whole second track, which is Autokratya, I think that's how you pronounce it, might be my favorite track. And the whole track sounds like you're trying to power up this giant machine or like this like airplane or something. Like you just, all the sounds, you feel like you're hitting buttons and levers and switches, and you keep hearing like a massive like engine and fan go on and off throughout the whole track. It just sounds massive, and there's one of the most aggressive yells that I've heard throughout any of these albums I've listened to so far. It just comes right at the end, and it's awesome. What a great track. So yeah, apparently Entre Vifs is a 80s French industrial band, and I actually hadn't heard of them. Stuff kind of in the vein of like Le Syndicate, like early Le Syndicate. Yeah, so if you know those, if you know that group, then you will enjoy this album. I'm pretty sure of it. I think you really like it. The track like Le Chant de Truce it's just really massive, and it has like these little parts where like the sound slows down. You just have like these like squeaky guitar plucking sounds that are really amplified. I don't know. It's very appealing, and even the synths themselves seem like they're squealing and they're squeaky. But this whole album is kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It feels, I don't know if this is the correct term, like, or kind of like a big orchestral or just like big sound vibe to it for like an industrial track, for an industrial album. I don't know. I'm probably using the wrong term there. I apologize. I wish I could explain stuff better. It's very quirky too, but I mean that whenever I use the term quirky, I mean that in a positive way, very like unique and, you know, its own tempo going on. It's really good. It stands out from the rest, which is very, very important to me, is for like a noise or industrial album to stand out on its own. Where it's like, yeah, I want to listen to that track. Even the last track it's actually just like fun. It's a very fun track with a lot of noise, like random blasts and beats and these really weird like vocal sounds and samples and just like weird bloopy samples in general. It's fun. It's a really good industrial track. So yeah, and this band even has a release on Roto Relief, so that's how you know it's legit. And Roto Relief is a label that represses a lot of stuff like this in really high quality vinyl. They're the ones that put out those really, really beautiful Nurse with Wound reissues that are all metallic-y and glossy and stuff. Really, really cool stuff. But yeah, not too much to say about this one. It's definitely one you kind of would have to listen on your own, especially this and Texas Chainsaw Dolphin. There's just so many different like sounds and layers and textures that it's kind of hard to explain because a lot of noise is just very abstract, and you kind of just have to hear it for yourself, enjoy it. I can only tell you if I recommend it or not because I listen to this garbage all day. Yes, I would definitely recommend the Liardi par le Brut by Entre Vifs. Really, really good. This has been a really good 5 days. We have one kind of weak one with that German Power Electronics album, but the rest has been really, really strong. I'm really, really happy and impressed. So hopefully we'll get some more good ones in the next 5 days, and you know, I will edit this and put it together, and I hope to see everyone on the next video. And thank you everyone for the support for this project so far. I was really surprised at how much everyone enjoys this idea and really likes this video so far. I really, really appreciate it. I'm having a good time, and I'm glad other people are gleaning something from this. That's what I really want more than anything. So yeah, I'm listening it so you don't have to. Alrighty, bye bye.